It's 1969, and I'm sitting with my older siblings, eating my Swanson fried chicken TV dinner atop a folding tray, and we're about to watch our favorite program. Even though I'm only 5 years old at the time, when I hear the TV start blaring, 1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12, robbery in progress, I know for sure that if I ever encountered a crime in progress, I would be the best darn witness ever. In fact, I know this with such certainty that every time we watch this show, my older siblings learn about that fact once again, and they start laughing hysterically at my childish bravado. Fast forward to 1980, I'm a senior in high school, living on the island of Long, and Long Island is filled with famous people who are musicians, like Billy Joel and Pat Benatar, Lou Reed, Mariah Carey, LL Cool J, Public Enemy, let's see, who else? The Stray Cats, and of course, the one-hit wonders, Twisted Sister! My best friend's father is a very conservative New York City cop. My friend Kathleen decides to draw me into her rebellious punk rock lifestyle. So, we end up having this other best friend, Maggie, who has a brand new candy red apple Camaro. And that was our gateway ride into the seedy streets of Greenwich Village. So, Kathleen is 2 blocks away, and we would each tell our respective parents that we were going to be sleeping at the other's house. So I pack my overnight bag, and I stuff a pillow underneath my arm to throw off the scent of this deception that is about to unfold. In that bag, I have a ripped up Sex Pistols t-shirt. I have a black leather jacket with chains hanging down. I have really super hold hairspray. And I also have dog collars, of course, studded ones. So I walk the block, meet my friend Kathleen at the corner, and Maggie pulls up in that red Camaro, and off we go into the city for our nightly escapades. So we get to the city and we hit CBGB's, the Mud Club, the Peppermint Lounge, Danceteria, the Ritz, and a number of other clubs, sometimes all in one night. We never got carded, ever. We saw some really, really crazy stuff go on. Crazy stuff, dangerous stuff, and man, we were so fortunate that we never, ever got ourselves in trouble. Nothing bad happened in terms of being mugged or robbed, but what we would do at the end of the night, which was actually early in the morning back then, we would end up going to our local all-night diner and sit there and just laugh at all the different antics, not even realizing how dangerous those streets were. Then Maggie would drop us back off at the corner where the whole night began, and after a year of doing this a couple of times a month, none of our parents found out. They were none the wiser. Now it's 1993, and I've been living in Colorado for 2 years. As was said before, I was promoted by Eastern Mountain Sports. They moved me out here to be the manager of the Lakewood store. When I would be closing the store at night, I would have to go outside of the Villa Italia Mall and bring the money bag to put in the night deposit. I'd pull up to the bank at Alameda and Wadsworth, and there was 2 steps up. I had it down to a science. I would have the key in my hand for the night deposit, the money bag in the other hand. I'd look around and survey my surroundings, and then I would open the door, leave it open, go up the 2 steps, stick the key in the keyhole, turn it, open it, drop the bag down the silver chute, close it, get back in the car, and 20 seconds had passed. Bada boom, bada bing, done. One night, I get there, and I was really exhausted from that night. It must have been like the holiday season, I don't even know, but it was really, really tiring day. And I got there, and lo and behold, I didn't do my proper protocol. And what happened was, I go up the 2 steps, and just as I'm about to stick the key in the keyhole, I can hear rustling behind me because there are bushes all around the perimeter of the bank. And I turn around, and the next thing I see is a shiny silver pistol at my head. I don't know why, but my instinct said to me, don't let him see you looking him in the eye. And I averted his eye contact. I dropped to the ground, covered my head, flung the money bag at his feet, and he screams at me and says, "How much is in the bag? How much is in the bag?" And I start to stammer, and I say, I think it's $1,400. And I just try to make myself as small as possible because I don't want to seem intimidating, and I don't want him to kill me. And I'm just laying there in the fetal position. And I don't even know how long passed. I have no idea, but finally I slowly lifted my head, and he was not there. And so I was so shaken, and I think, okay, I gotta get to the police, and I'm wondering if my car's still there, and I turn around, and thankfully the car was still waiting for me with the door open, and I get in the car, and this weird thought came over me, like, the car must be wondering why it took me so long to get back in tonight. And I just couldn't even think straight. And I knew that there was a police station somewhere nearby, but this is before smartphones, so I couldn't look up where to drive, and I really wasn't in any state to drive anyway. Thank goodness I saw a mall, oh my God, Long Island right there. I saw the mall security van drive by, and I flagged him down, and he came over and he said to me, he said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "No, I've just been held up at gunpoint. Can you call the police for me, please?" So 3 minutes later, there are 2 police officers there, a male and a female. The male starts to barrage me with questions. Was he white? Was he black? Was he Hispanic? I'm saying, I don't know. And then he said, well, what was he wearing? And I said, I don't know. And he said, well, how old was he? And I said, I don't know. And I'm starting to feel really badly, and he's feeling frustrated, and he finally says to me, well, was he tall or short? And that's when I lost my shit, and I said to him, when you're on the ground, everyone seems tall. That incident changed my life forever. And what it really taught me, even though I dealt with some PTSD, what it taught me was that, often in life, I've experienced that negative things have silver linings and are hidden blessings in disguise. That made me take hold of my life, quit my job, go back to school at CU Boulder, and I finished my degree, which led to my really rewarding, wonderful 27-year career as an academic advisor at CU. The other thing I learned was that really cocky 5-year-old Laurel was wrong. I sucked as a witness. Thank you.